Hello, chat. Welcome in. I am putting together a little bit of a art piece right now. Waiting for John to get on. I'm not exactly sure I'm going to do this, but I wanted to make a compilation of all these chibis. How's that look? I wanted to get all the chibis into one spot to be able to show off. Show off the work. Oh, did we lose Dom? Where am I? Oh. Ha. Dom can be holding stick. That's cute. There we go. That's a pretty nice set. Should we black the background? What do we think? Maybe we go leave it white. It seems so liminal here. I think we actually go black it out. Be half and half. Nah, I like the strong black. It's way better. All right. I'm going to go ahead and push this out to the world with that icon. Or with that image, sorry. Icon. Live now. Twitch.tv/boomybus. What if we do it like asterisks? There we go. Live now, sharpening our fight game, Crown Talk with John. To add the photo, share it to the world. Ooh, I want to tag everybody that's here. Let's see. How do we tag? Tagging. do we tag? Let's see. Does this do it, John? Maybe if I at people? Aha. I can just at people. That'll be fine. At Felix. At Nick. At Dom, Felix, John, Tiny Nick, Slav. Alright. There we go. Good post, good post. Alright. I think John's put out some more footage, which we'll probably review tonight whenever he pops on. Armored pickups from Coronation for Jason. Excited to watch that. In the meantime, while we're waiting for him to get on to watch that stuff, let's do a search for... I've been watching a bunch of Sven and Two Stick Rags to kind of see their... let's see, maybe I find the herd. Kind of snagging some of their stuff. Sven, maybe? How do I find them? Why are there so many herd? There we go. It's just herd. It's not the herd. Let's see. Herd adventure to Seattle. Earth. Uther. This mic's being a pain. Let me get this adjusted. We'll watch through some of this. Let's see. OG Seattle 2021. Silly. Chat, I may swoon. Oh, is this a different Sven? Not 2-6 Sven. That must be the OG Sven part. Let me see if I can find. There we go. That's what I want. More of this. 2021. Okay. Oh, Bowser. Chat, what I'm watching for is kind of how Sven approaches his fight with the 2-stick. Poppers, you know, playing back there? Specifically, the timing on that left right, his kind of opening shot. Dogs are being cute. They sound so violent. Oh, there we go. Hey, look at that. That's exactly what I wanted. That opening Sven shot. That left wrap into that right side follow. So one of the things that Sven does that I think I'm going to try to emulate is he pokes his head through the right side and the center. It's kind of all over. Hello, Alec.
Hello.
Hello, you're on stream, just so you know. I saw you in Discord, so I drug you over. Were you just chilling in Discord?
Yeah, we might use this room for gaming.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I should
while you're streaming.
Do what?
While you're streaming.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'm gonna shove you back over.
Bye.
Goodbye. All right, back to looking. I want to see what the fuck happened. All right. We have technology. We can see this frame by frame. This is what I've been drilling consistently for the last 2 weeks. About 500 shots a day with my left. Just really, and with a super heavy stick, just getting good with this movement. So Sven likes to defend himself with that right stick. So he drops into hanging guard. I've heard him talk about dropping that hanging guard all the way to stick point to fully cover that arm for any sort of return. But it looks like he's adapting to that offside follow. Looks like he clears that 1-2. It does leave you very much out there though, right? You throw that 1-2 opening and you're just kind of vulnerable for a second. I need to figure out those nuances for myself. Haven't figured that out yet. Yeah. Staying narrow, being able to explode forward, to throw that left. Let it turn over. Boom. I wonder if he didn't hanging guard because he wanted to specifically follow the potential offside from their end. Hey, I hit him with the same thing. The thrust to the belly. Because they cover their face real well. That's the other one I've been drilling right here. Trying to get my hand down and turn to the outside. That block right there. Ooh, same thing, same setup. So good at it. Gets that shield to get out of position, regardless of whether it hit enough or not. I think he just hit with stick. Yeah, I agree. The center line is their weakest point. I have a little bit of, I have a pretty good luck. Kind of getting, they want to put their right sword forward to sweep you, to kind of pin your sword kind of to your head. And I use that, like I try to trigger that, disengage and thrust to the face, or do the same thing with drop to belly and not trying to give away too much after that disengage. But I am super excited to try that 1-2 that Sven prefers. See if I can't clock somebody in the leg. Yeah. I fought him enough to know I don't want to brawl. Two weapons is even if you win the exchange, you lose overall. Honestly, both Sven and Rags do a good job of moving their feet. Like you see them backing up, keeping measure, and looking for moments to explode forward. I feel like right now Sven would judge past him for having too wide of a stance, being even more narrow, so even more opportunity to explode forward because that back foot is brought up. I could be wrong. That's something I can ask him. Right there. That's what I was talking about. So when he throws that left, that right side is hanging guard right away for the return because he's assuming the flat snap return for most people. And remember, he told me that this protects the flat snap, and if they return with a wrap, he will just duck his head forward through that gap that he's making to then put the sword on to kind of take the edge off of the wrap. Again, such bread and butter. Boom, boom. Leaves his sword there for the return. Oop, that's the pin that I want. Right, he does it percussively here. So he punches out, hits that offside punch. This is kind of like an entry into when someone is legged. When somebody's legged, this is kind of my preferred entry. They're on the ground. Whenever their weapon is up, I punch across with that offside, strong enough to punch their weapon as I step forward, and then replace that space with the shield. It looks like in this case, he uses it to step forward and open up that low line for the left. And they tried to bring the block in, but it's just too late in terms of the explosiveness coming forward. Sven versus Sir. I don't know how to pronounce that. Chat, anybody know how to pronounce that? Ryukin? Ooh. There's that 1-2, but with almost no movement in response. Boom, boom. Yeah, there's that reach out and paw and pin that they do.
Hello?
Yo, what up?
How's it going?
Good. I'm watching through some Sven stuff because I've been drilling left-handed a bunch this last couple of weeks. And I'm very excited post-crown to start playing two-stick and blow up some left side ribs and legs.
Nice.
John, can you speak again for me, please? I want to make sure you're loud enough.
Testing. I'm not. I'm on Maggie's computer at her house, so it might be a
Aha.
different setup.
You were very quiet. Speak again.
Testing. I can also bump my.
Let's see. That's as high as I can bump you on my end. Are you able to bump yourself up at all? Hello, welcome in the chat. Yeah, if you can bump at all, it would be appreciated. But if not, I can bring everything else down to match you.
Let me.
Turn off the music so we may be here, John. Speak again.
What's that? Testing.
Yeah. Are you able to bump your volume anymore on your end?
I'm looking at doing that right now.
Yeah, the Discord. The Discord should allow you to do that.
Input, output. Okay. How's that?
Yeah, just bump the output to max if you can.
Is that any better? Do I turn it all the way up?
Yeah, crank it all the way up.
How's that?
Hey, a lot better. Go ahead, speak again.
Testing.
All right, I will bring myself down a little bit so that I don't completely drown you.
Yeah.
How about now? Chat, how?
Yeah.
Hopefully our volume's all right. I might have brought myself down too much. Let me change that real quick. John, how's it been going?
That's been good. Yeah. We're alive now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did a really cool heavy tournament weekend at Coronation, so it was pretty fun. And I got to the finals and lost to Duke Sven, but I took a point on him, so you know,
Oh, nice.
putting a stick on Sven at all, I think is a good achievement.
That's dope. I am very excited to see more Sven footage because of how much I've been playing two stick or training two stick and plan on playing it this year. I look forward to more of that footage.
Hmm.
Let's see what else. Have you um could you tell me the format of the fight over the weekend?
It was a round robin, and then they took the top. They did like four pools to take out two out of each pool, and then it was a bracket, single
Okay.
limb, 2 out of 3 bracket.
Okay. That's not bad. That sounds fun.
And
Good amount of fun.
normally at Coronation they do King's Champion, and the winner of that is King's Champion or the King's Champion. But this one, Jason, who is stepping up as King, he wanted to just have like a bigger tournament that more people participated in because it didn't
Okay.
have a job. So he's like, I'm just going to pick my champion, and he was really encouraging a lot of knights and royal family to fight. So it was a pretty good tournament. It was really fun.
Got it. Cool. Is this audio better, chat? Hopefully I'm more balanced with John now. He's futzing with the audio as he's telling the story. Is everything in your that you have posted in the Spring Coronation 2025?
Yeah, there's a video that's the pickup fights from the day, and there's a video that's the actual tournament. And it's the pool that I was in. We didn't film all the pools. We just filmed the pool I was in, and then we filmed the top 8.
Cool. Let's watch it.
You want to stream? Can you pull the stream up in Discord for me?
Yeah, I got you. There you go. Look at you. How's that shield working out?
First thing we did was Lachlan. Lachlan actually showed up to this tournament.
Yeah, like that he's there.
Really play as much these days, cool. But he was when I got there. I don't normally do a lot of warm up fights, but he was like, "You gotta fight. We gotta fight."
So should I go with this video first?
Sure. Yeah, it's not. These are all the pickup ones. So
these are pickup ones.
Bad.
Okay, let's do. Let's do the tournament first, and then we'll watch the pickups after.
Tournament's probably a little more interesting. So.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Before we do that, chat. Hello. Welcome in for all the folks joining us. I'm excited to watch all this footage. Before we do that, 2 things. One, I am something that's a little update in my life. I think I will be participating in this upcoming crown. We still have to send in a letter of intent and all that. But I'm hoping to be able to participate, which means that I have to quickly shift my focus in the next couple of weeks. Atlantean Crown is in 2.5 weeks. So I'll have footage from that as well as being a participant once again. For context, I did not get a chance to play in the last one for life schedule things, but I had played in the prior 5. And of the last 5 that I've played in, the last 4 have been like top 6 to top 4 finishes in that range, maybe 7th, 8th, depending on the kind of the format of the day. But I've had pretty consistent success, so I'm hoping to make another jump here. But we'll see. As always, it is dependent on some factors of who shows up, the pairings that you get, the format, as well as the how you're feeling that day. And so I intend to treat this like one that I want to win and rest and prepare as best I can for it. Other than that, I would like to also let everybody know that the chibis that are here, big shout out to Alex. John, go ahead and speak for me, please.
Testing.
Yeah, that chibi that's lighting up on screen. That's very cute. Those are all Alex is doing. So big thank you, Celestria, for doing the work.
They are very cute and very cool. So.
Yeah, I put out all the ones with the photo for the ad for being live today that we have, but I intend to hopefully have a lot more.
Yeah. Whole cast of characters.
Yeah. I'm pretty stoked on those, and I'm excited to see more because they're all super cute. I like the interpretation of the features of a person. All right, anyways,
I think they're always.
Oh, go ahead.
They're all really obvious who they are too. I think it's great.
100% the reason I'm here. The cheapies. Love it. Um, let's see. Double says, I think you can do some damage based on projected crown list. The rumor mill is grinding. It. I didn't want to. This is my first official announcement of all of this because I hadn't really talked about it. I just I wanted to make sure everything was kind of clear on our end before pushing it out there. And then, of course, letter of intent still has to get accepted. So that's another kind of hurdle. But hopefully everything goes smoothly there, and we'll be able to fight.
You get good footage of it too, I imagine.
Yeah. I'll try to film everything. I want to test out my GoPro. I picked up two, not GoPros, specifically DJI action cams. I have two more, and I hope to put them around. Yeah, Alex does have work opportunities, and so I will not be fighting for Celestia this particular crown, but I will be fighting for her Grace Lynette. Again, assuming everything goes well with letter of intent things. So, and
Sounds great.
yeah, I'm excited. Good human, and I honestly, there's a part of me that's happy to have somebody who, if the on the off chance the win happens, it is somebody who has done the job many times and done it well, and has a ton of experience and can honestly help carry the work of Crown, like in a way that experience brings like a lot of comfort.
I think that'll be really valuable to have that experience.
Yeah. So chat, that's a big shout out and thank you to her for being willing to step up and allow me opportunity to participate, as well as being somebody who's gracious enough to potentially have to do the work once again.
Gracious.
All right, let's get into it. Announcements out the way. John, talk me through the fights, the people, the form.
So, yeah, this is Marjorie, and I am blank on this fighter's name with the pole arm. Marjorie has the Madu, but they're both up from the DFW Dallas Fort Worth area.
Yeah, what?
I think Madu's a tough fight against a great weapon. I think though.
Randy says chat.
Randy. Okay.
Chad also says, tell me more about this giant fucking axe. It looks like it's got three, so a cutting edge, I guess a back thrusting edge. I don't know if you call that a cut or probably a cutting edge.
Yeah, I think it has like three killing surfaces on the front and then a butt spike too. So
that is a gnarly looking axe.
This is my first fight against, I think, Centurion. I think his name is Bo.
Oh,
I'm bad with names, guys. So
what the fuck? This is your new shield, right?
Yeah, new shield. I haven't painted my heraldry on it. That's a before crown.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, he just stepped in, opened his slot as he stepped.
Okay, so it was the cut, not the thrust.
Yeah, I did a probing little slot and then stab, and he didn't. He blocked that, and then he stepped in. He opened his hands a little bit, and I was able to get the slot in.
That's impressive hair.
Oh yeah, that's Alush, and this is a newer fighter in the blue. I do not remember his name either.
It is brave, to me, to go into a tournament with a Danax, essentially.
Yeah.
It is definitely not optimal for success in this context.
Yeah, no, I was impressed that he just jumped in there with a ton of enthusiasm.
Yeah. Hey, that's great. That's like when Alex hopped in. She got off in Great Mace, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Which there's still a weird debate as to whether it's polearm, because the authorizing marshal said it was polearm, but the MOLs said it was great weapon. And looking at the rules, it can be interpreted as either. It is actually up to interpretation.
Interesting. In Ontario, we don't have separate authorizations for
correct. Atlantea is a little weird in that, like that great.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually more common and I think Onstera is maybe the outlier in that.
You think so? I think it is the other way. I think most kingdoms have gotten rid of the pulled to great sword kind of barrier and just said it's a great weapon. That's it. Chat, let me know. Are other kingdoms more single auth for those, or is it still split pull and great
The
sword?
only separate authorization we have in Onstera is for fiberglass spear, but that's because it's required by society.
Yeah.
Everything else is just one authorization.
Ours is like sword board is an off, two weapon is an off, and then pole, and then great sword or great weapon.
Yeah.
And then spear. It's like the 5. Are you doing anything to prep for Crown in particular?
I've been trying to just work on my fitness a little bit, so I've been doing some running.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, Maggie says much.
Not as much recently, but some running and some other exercises a little bit.
Do some wind sprints.
Yeah, like doing intervals, so like
exactly.
run for a minute, walk for a minute and a half, things like that. It sucks. It's like
yeah, it does. Fully agree.
Do not enjoy actually, but
you could make it worse by putting on your helm.
Yeah, that does sound like it would be worse.
But it will be probably honestly more realistic and effective. It's closer to the real thing. Helm time, yeah. Make him wear a helm.
If she's gonna make me wear a helm, and make her wear something. I have some ankle weights. Ankle and wrist weights. Wear those.
For a rapier fighter, I would say hold. You can hold your weapons. Very straightforward.
And run with swords.
Mm-hmm.
This is with the shield is Jeffrey Scott. He's a knight. He's originally from the West, but he moved to Onstera probably about 4 or 5 years ago, right after the pandemic, I think.
Okay, I've 100% watched and I think fought said human.
Yeah.
At some point.
He does a ton of pickups at events and wars he goes to. He just fights all the time. So, older guy, probably in his late 50s, but he'll fight a ton.
Nice finding the leg. That's a.
I find with Madus if the offside leg can be kind of open sometimes.
You got a huge reaction off that center line thrust. You see that? You got the shit cross parry. It's a big offside leg. Yeah, boom. Yep, you're right. Nice offside leg. I don't see you do those very often.
I've been working on it. I'm still not good at them, but I'm working on it.
I still think it takes like a year and a half, 2 years for a movement to become actually like natural and kind of part of your kit.
Then when I leg someone, I just try to fence them is my first plan.
See if they'll let you fence them.
Yeah.
This is
like the only time I'll go right foot forward. Usually is.
This doesn't look fair.
Yeah.
Longer.
Is a lot bigger.
Yeah, longer axe. Longer, bigger axe with spear. Hi, Boomy. I look forward to getting you and Celestia for crown turning, and I was wondering if you could explain a protege with no martial experience. How do y'all... explain to a protege. How do y'all kill shots? I'm a baby MOL. Oh, absolutely. So in this game, in armored fighting in the SCA, there's two main things. You have to either cut or thrust with a telling blow is how it's commonly phrased. And then depending on the kingdom culture, it can kind of vary a little bit from kingdom to kingdom. Some play a little bit lighter, some play a little bit heavier on average. But certainly every kingdom has heavier players and lighter players. Depending on the kingdom, I think in Ostiora, they're usually on average going to take a slightly lighter shot to the face, both cut and thrust. Atlantia plays kind of the same all around, generally speaking, like in terms of calibration. The goal is to hit with edge on, like the person on the left has a black edge, and so if they throw a wrap that hits on with white, it is a way to tell that it was flat of blade. In the almost exclusively is, the majority of the time wraps are the culprit for being flat, but you can see it in some other shots once in a while.
Sometimes offside heads could be thrown badly.
Yes, sometimes a bad offside head, yeah. We get like the thumb lead thing, but you don't turn it all the way around.
Yeah.
So the hard part for a viewer is the idea of telling blow, because ultimately the way our game is structured is it is honor based, so you have to be inside the helm to make a good call. Sometimes some things are obvious to everybody and to both players, but it's not always the case. The weird part is sometimes somebody can tilt their head a little bit and a blow that would be good now glanced because of the design of helmets. Like John's current helmet, the one that he's wearing, the one on the right in the black helm here, that's kind of designed to, with a little bit of head bobbling, cause blows to go a little bit more glancing.
Yep. It's a very it's a competitive helm for that reason. Like
Yeah, sport helm, as opposed to like for pretty SCA recreation helm.
Though it is period, like it's a period helm. It's just also built to be low profile and.
Was it the wrap that he took?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he was dead by the time he threw me off of him.
Okay, that's exactly what I saw.
So I didn't hit him after that, so he must have been dead after that.
But second best. What's the best helm in the SCA?
The one that he currently is. The one
I see. His current helm. Well, we'll get to look at it in a
so
bit, right?
So for the helm that I'm wearing used to belong to Duke Lachlan, and he has another helm, and so he says that helm that I have is the second best helm, and the one he has is the best helm.
Got it.
But they were both originally his.
Yeah, in Ansiura, is there a phrase for like a telling blow?
We say telling blow here usually.
You okay?
I mean, or just good blow, right? Like, I think that on Stiora, as far as our calibration goes, we're I think we're lighter to the face in some places, and then I think about on middle of the road everywhere else. But certainly we do a lot of face sniping is like a very common tactic. Because you just have to you can just, as long as it moves the grill a little bit, it's good. So
Right.
Sniping with either slots or thrusts to the face.
Yeah, that quick offside flick does get the kill on, culturally speaking. Chad saying, what say just came up with the idea of making all of you wear capes when you get your GOA. That's funny. I'd always heard A kingdoms tended toward harder hitting. That's not a. So does that include Avencall and Antir?
Those are heavier hitting kingdoms, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good way to do it. A good way to talk about it. That is your father.
I pushed in I pushed in too hard. I'm about to push in too hard here and open up the wrap that he hits me with.
Yeah. That was really good targeting on his part as well. He hit what I would describe as like the slot that you open up with your back. So you feel like you were pushing too hard by
I
giving
think
a predictable.
My shield pushed too far forward, which let him. I'm leaned out over my front. You can see right here, I'm too leaned forward, and my shield is not tucked, and so that opens the wrap. And my shield is in the middle of his chest.
Yeah, your shield's in his chest, not his armpit.
Yeah, So there's a lot of mistakes here.
Yeah,
But I think
yeah.
it was because I pushed in the wrong angle, and I didn't need to push. I could just kind of ride him there.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically
I agree.
closed up, just let that kind of flow. And I got excited because I was like, oh, I think if I just push in, I can leg him, was my thought. But I got too excited, like, and attached to that idea, and I made a huge mistake.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree that is. I think.
I also think
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't think it was a horrible idea to want to close with him because I think because the last time I fought him, I was able to kind of get his leg a lot, so that's what I had in my head. But I also think fighting him out at a C range would have been a fine tactic also, where I could have used um, my point work and some of my slot shots and stuff because he does some things with his he leaves his face open sometimes. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and what Lachlan said in chat about
Yeah,
bending at the
Lachlan's saying
waist.
you bent at the waist. I think that means like
Yeah,
too
too
much.
forward. Yeah, my upper body was over my too forward. Yeah.
Mhm.
He just told me about that earlier today too.
Nice. I don't know if that came with enough power. That was a good move.
Can we see that again? The one, the
What a fancy ass hat. I love it. It reminds me of the Mario glove from Smash.
the what?
The hat that the white hat that the Marshall's wearing.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
You know the suit in Smash. There's a giant white hand. Am I like?
There is a giant white-handed smash. Yeah, I think. Right?
Yeah, that's like one of the bosses, or it's
Yeah.
not the main boss. Nice. Look at all those Centurions grinding away hard. I love it. I do think having to wear a cape is like a little bit cumbersome in the heat of Onstiora.
Yeah.
At least on season.
Yeah, and I'm not a big. I don't like wearing cloaks in general. So
I think they look awesome. They're just wintertime things.
yeah.
They do look good. I agree. More yes than no. It's definitely yes. They are high vis. They look good. There's no doubt they look good. I want to wear my mod cloak more, but it is just generally speaking more hot than I want it to be.
Hmm. I don't even have a mod cloak right now. I don't think I passed mine on to someone else and never got a new one. Good stab.
How many total entrants do you think for this one?
Oh, that's a good question. I think there were 7 or 8 people in my pool, so assuming
Double that?
that times 4-ish.
What?
So I hit her in the arm, and then she was gonna go try to like find a gauntlet or whatever, and I was just like, just pretend it was your left arm that I hit, and put your shield behind your back.
Oh, okay. Got it. I was wondering about what happened there.
'Cause I hit her right arm, and I was like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Chat is bonding over League. That's great. I love it. Bunch of degenerates in chat. And I'm no exception. I've been playing a ton, chat, of the new TFT season. We can stream League. If we do that, we have to make it a shtick of some sort. There has to be some sort of drinking and or punishment and or stakes, right? Like we gotta keep it interesting. If we're gonna
Drinking.
play League, like casual.
able
I'm
to
not.
win.
I'm not here for casual. Or we can make it like we challenge other Scadians, and that's it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And just do like ARAMs against SCA folk who want to play. Helmet squats. Helmet setups. Oh, they do have a thrusting edge on the top. I was wondering what they were doing with that. I kind of want to make one of those axes, the three
The one on
surface one.
the
That's kind of
left
cool.
guy. Yeah, yeah. Kind of a halberdish thing.
Mm-hmm. I just think it looks good, and it's a fun thing to like try to use.
Mm-hmm.
Although I personally I think the single stick polearm is just a better tool in the SCA.
Like just a glaive. Yeah,
Yeah, just a glaive.
I think it's so is too. It's a more striking surface. Like
Yes. Yep. A little bit faster, more striking surface, and then you can
I
also
guess the
spear
only
very
advantage of this is
effectively.
it. But the axe you have to block a little wider because it goes around the shield
Yes.
or the sword, whatever you're blocking with. But
Yeah, that
other
is
than
true.
that,
The bigger axe head is a melee thing, where like you can drop
yeah.
around shields or bonk on top of the heads and stuff.
Hmm. I think it looks cooler. I totally agree with you on that. It looks more like a real weapon.
Yes, I think that's for me. That's why I like the look of it. Is it looks like a weapon a lot more so.
I don't
Tried.
mind. I don't mind doing great weapon against great weapon. I feel like great weapon against shield is kind of rough.
Yes, agreed. So you've been doing interval training. You need to paint your shield. Anything else for your crown prep, or is that about it?
That's the main thing. I need to. I would like to get some, like, try to get some a little higher level sparring sometime in the next.
Rude ass John.
Month, yeah.
Fucking no
That was
time.
it was almost just a stop thrust.
Stop thrust to the throat. Move on.
Yeah. Yeah, I need. I'm also trying to use like events is good training opportunities, right? Like I fought this tournament and I wanted to do well, but I also was like, this is a good crown prep.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Show up,
So I'll
fight
try to
hard.
get yeah, try to get some good. I got some good pickups afterwards. So the tournament was over. Get some more good pickups. Like we have a big event, Warlord, at the end of May. Try to get. I'm running that tournament though because I won it last year, but I'll try to get some good pickups at that event.
What was the name of the knight in the green?
Jeffrey Scott.
Jeffrey Scott. There you go. There you go, chat. Yeah, my next two events are there's one this weekend and the one following weekend are both primarily melee focused, from what I can tell, looking at the schedules and such. But I think Alex and I are intending to do both, and I will go out of my way to find some pickups and just kind of practice that as we're there.
Yeah.
Asks for a few good pickups. I don't even need that many, to be honest. I think that at this point, 2 weeks out, you're not learning anything new. You just make sure your skills are there.
Yeah. Do you have a specific opponent that you're gonna like try to prep for? You think, or you're thinking about
Let me think. There
strategizing?
are. So this is a little bit inside baseball for Atlantia for those watching. I think some of the contenders that I want to have some specific prep for are going to be Duke Ragnar, the lefty,
Okay.
who I
He wants
feel
to
pretty
play
good.
anything.
I got a set with him the last event that we were both at.
Yeah.
And I was testing out my my center grip square shield, which was fucking too heavy.
Oh no.
I don't know if I'm going to use that at all, but I felt good in the fight with him. I was like, okay, I can put stick on him. There's there's a couple adjustments that need to be made, but generally speaking, I know what he's looking for. I know what I'm looking for, and it's just execution. I don't know who else. I don't know if Joss is fighting. this coming crown? We'll find
What
out.
about that short count? I don't
Oh
know what
yes,
his name is.
Afshin will also be fighting.
Ashen?
Afshin, and I need to make sure that I
Ashen.
don't get hit with Afshin's kind of jumping, jumping slot. He does it like 3-4 times in a row. So I need to punish that in some way. Step in, step out, or exploit the shot coming through and push it to the offside.
Yeah.
Because I think what I should do is as he's throwing that, I take my shield, I punch it to the offside, and just offside, kind of Wilhelm styled tip drop, just pop offside, and explode that side. And I've gotten pretty good at those. That's been the thing I've
Seems like
worked on for the last year and a half, 2 years.
seems like stepping in and smothering wouldn't be the worst idea.
Yeah, make it a problem. Use my height to abuse a bit. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what Lachlan would say to do.
I've not had a ton of opportunity to really get reps in with Afshin. So it will just be for me, I know what to avoid because it's what I lost, like what I've dropped to him before.
Yeah.
He's knocked me out of a tournament or I think one tournament, maybe two in the last few years. And so just knowing what it is that I have to watch out for. Honestly, chat, for myself, I don't try to do book too far ahead of time. I will look at a little footage or whatever and kind of know people, but day of is when I actually probably get the most valuable information because how well someone's feeling day of and how they perform that day will to me really, really vary day to day. Like some people have like the copy paste action set that they take with them everywhere, but I find that some people will like try to do certain things on the day, and I want to like look for what they're trying to accomplish against what types of fighters.
That's a very valid approach. I think it's nice to have kind of a rough idea of how most of the people in your kingdom fight, and then as a baseline, and then use newer data to like support the.
Yeah. I mean, you see me probe all the time, right? Play
Yeah.
the outside, probe a bit, see what I can abuse, and then try to abuse that.
Yeah.
And I
Some of
honestly think
the-
that's my strength, not my mechanics aren't my strength. That's
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
that's my strength.
Especially coming from other fighting backgrounds, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll be able to read and play off of their actions, interactions. Like for instance, last time Double Sniffed and I fought in a tournament, we were in the finals of something at WoW, and I distinctly remember the offside tap to the onside finish, which was so clean. And I have I've added that to my repertoire. I like kind of drilled it into my system so that I can do that as well to other people as another tool in the toolbox. But also, now that I'm aware of it, I'm like, okay, now I have to watch out for it in the future. Like knowing that he's going to throw that at me.
Nice. That makes sense.
Did you just slot shot this?
Yeah, kind of flat snap something.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was pretty happy with that shot actually.
That looked like in the stick. I didn't know if it.
Yeah, it was
had any
definitely
fun.
face.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was happy with the placement and the speed, the accuracy and the speed of the shot timing.
I don't know why the marshal was yapping. Oh. Oh, goodbye. We had a distracted Sable in that moment.
So, Sighart, who is the fighter on the left here, is actually the squire to Jeffrey Scott. So,
Oh, this is Squire and Knight.
Squire Knight fight. Yep.
That's kind of cool. I like that. That's a very huge helm, like proportionally.
Yeah.
Like it looks almost like a little like cartoonish in terms of
It
proportions.
does a little. Yeah. He is not a big guy either. Like he's shorter than me.
Mm-hmm.
And his helmet.
I wonder if that's just what was available.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure. That's a good question. I think he told me he was looking into getting a new helm, but
Yeah, yeah.
I don't.
That helm's got to have a ton of extra space in there.
Yeah,
Poor axe person.
I was kind of glad I didn't have to run him down.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, he
It
gave me
saved the
you.
energy.
Gave you a
Yeah.
gift. Is this one of the lists?
Yeah, this is the first of the top 8.
Oh, okay, cool.
So this would be Rolo on the left and oh, I'm blanking on his SK name. I'm just remembering his real name. Godric, I think, with the heater.
Ooh. Yeah, he was in the Adult Swim. Another Adult Swim. So yeah, Roller was. Yeah, he's been going all over. He was at golf. He was
Yeah,
doing pretty well in the
he won
Squire
the
tournament.
Spires tourney at golf, didn't he?
Yeah, he did well in the Squire tournament. He's been working hard, no doubt. He's everywhere. Is it single limb at this point?
Yeah, single limb. So 2 out of 3 single limb.
2 out of 3. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a bright guard. They just come in that color?
Yeah, I know you can get different colors. He usually uses the black ones, but
I tried to order stuff from um, munition grade
Mhm.
arms today, and they didn't have their websites like essentially says, "Hey, we're not doing shipping anymore. It's too much of a hassle."
so they will only do things at war.
I assume so, I guess, but I reach out to them directly, They're like, "Hey, uh, can I put together an order?" But
That little lefty offside he
that
does.
was
So
yeah, that lefty offside is sneaky, especially with
I
the
think
parallel or the
yeah,
horizontal blade.
I think you can't look over the top of your shield. If you look over the top of your shield, he'll just do that shot.
That's some
I think that'll
Sven ass stuff right there.
yeah.
I've been drilling this like crazy. The explosive left wrap. Oh no!
I mean, he tried to thrust a stab lead there, but it just totally whiffs him.
Yeah, I was like, he had the line. It's not like he didn't have a line to hit. And Sven didn't
Yeah.
put. I wonder if Sven deflected it somehow with that right blade. We have no.
I think it's that he's going a little to his left as he throwing that, and so the sword misses. I think.
And Sven is also compass stepping off his front foot here, like he's
Yeah.
spinning his hips back. The immediate follow up on the the right wrap from behind is wild.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Sven.
It is 360 engagement in singles combat.
Singles. Yeah.
So if someone's behind you and they wrap you and hit you in the face with that, that is just part of the game.
A wrap from the back to their face. That'd be impressive if someone could do that.
Is I assume infrequent. All right. Want to see the fighting?
This is Cadmus is who I'm fighting. He actually got announced for knighthood later this day.
Oh, cool. Good on them. Congratulations, Cadmus. Are they going Shiv?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Cool. They don't look like a herd player.
No, they're a two-sworder, but they are not of the herd persuasion.
I feel like that makes it a lot easier in terms of the kill, in terms of like attacking down the center line and then on-sighting toward low.
Yeah.
Did you double it out?
Here. Yeah. I think I was head and he hit body.
Oh, okay.
Remember.
So it was that left body and your onside head.
Or maybe his right actually got me. I don't remember.
That is, I don't know how much came in on that left because that is end of stick, right? That's like
Yeah,
the
I
last
think
inch
it
of
must have
stick.
been the I must have been the right. I also remember mine hitting first and his hitting a second later. So
So the one
like it was
you probably felt was the.
yeah,
That was a good offside on his part to cut the line of your shield right there. That's pretty
yeah. My
bop.
shield's in a horrible place. But,
Yeah, I mean you got to peek a little bit, right?
mhm.
If you wanted sight on your target.
Yeah. What Jason told me was he thought against the two sorters any of the two sorters I fought that day that I wasn't angling enough to their left sword.
I agree, fully agree.
Yeah, I agreed with that as well.
Yep, fight as if you were fighting the person next to them, like square out to
Yeah,
that invisible
I
person
think
to their left.
in my head I thought I was, and I just wasn't enough. So
Hmm
it was really good feedback.
We don't have. Are you asking for Anciero or for Atlantia? I assume you're asking for Atlantia, but I don't want to assume. Do you all have a list yet?
No, our crown isn't until June,
Oh, okay. Uh,
so we don't.
I don't think there will be a list until maybe let's see. Today's the
But
16th.
it's
Maybe a
still
week from now, roughly.
if you can still, if it's not too late to submit a letter, then
Yeah.
they wouldn't have a list yet. This is Duke Lachlan on the left, and then Red Bad on the right.
So the best helmet right there.
That would be the best helmet in the kingdom or the SCA. I don't know.
Let's see how Lachlan approaches the fight. I didn't catch this offside.
SCA, okay, yeah.
I think Madu has grown a lot in popularity in Anciora as of late.
Yeah, 100%. It's annoying, for the record. I feel like someday I'm gonna become a Madu fighter, but I'm trying to like hold out, you know?
Oh, I like that duck. That's cool. Like the step forward duck. I think some people still frown upon them in Atlantia. I don't really know.
They're not. It's sort of frowned upon everywhere to a certain extent, but I have nothing against them. They're just annoying to fight against. But
Hmm
just figure it out and get better, right? It's not my no reason to ban or shame people for using a weapon style that's effective. People also don't like the bigger shields that I like the bigger shield that I use either.
Right.
So
They think it's like, I mean, all of it is like what someone perceives as cheesy, right?
yeah, I think it's people should just learn to fight and not worry too much about the weapons.
Well, I think a lot of it is like people will always draw the line differently.
They'll draw the line differently depending on what they're bad against fighting against.
Yeah, where exactly? Oh, whatever. Well, like people will say like, hey, it's cheesy to bring, like you're saying, maybe a pole to a singles tournament. Ban the lefties. I like that. It's cheesy to be lefty. How dare you? I like
It's very
fighting
cheesy.
against lefties. I feel like it simplifies the at least for swordboard. The equation is real easy. It's just execution.
That's true.
You have a harder time fighting lefties, I think, because of the strap shield.
Yes, I agree.
The center grip makes it, to me, way easier to fight lefties because I can punch
So,
across as opposed to as much rotation.
yeah. Duke JP actually normally uses a strap shield, but he has a center grip shield specifically to fight against two sorters and lefties and Madu fighters.
Oh, like he'll swap out.
He'll swap out. Yeah, if he's
Mm.
fighting, depending on who he's fighting, he'll like if he's fighting. So like he won this last crown or 2 crowns ago, I guess.
Yeah.
And he fought Crepin in the finals.
Yep.
Duke Crepin, and he brought a center grip for
Literally
that
to
fight.
fight
He fought
Crepin, yeah, okay.
Peter the whole way through. Other than that.
Oh, I'll be right back. John, babysit the crowd. I gotta go let a dog
Okay.
out.
Dog out. Who let the dog out? Yeah. So he closes up on me here and then gets a stab. Actually, right in the cup, which was fine. It wasn't too hard. So, but he did a good job of jumping up on top of me and controlling the infight there.
Light to the cup is good. I like it.
Yes. It wasn't even that light. It just wasn't like particularly hard. So we both sort of threw stabs. His kind of went past my shoulder, and mine hit him in the neck.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Duke Sven and Duke Lachlan. Classic matchup.
The classic. Lachlan moves a lot more like a fencer, hips and down, like staying in stance, ready to explode.
We've talked. Me and him have talked a lot about that.
Whereas Sven has a little bit more like the get low, get high, get low, get high to like mess with people. I think
Mm-hmm.
to like hide intention is my guess. And I don't know if that's like an amp guard remnant or just a style preference.
I really think actually both these fighters, they're these are very good fighters. I think they're both of their footwork. They do it a little differently, but I think that's one of the best parts of their game. Actually, is their footwork.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though I don't think most people would think of it that way, but
Good defense.
Yeah.
That was so many shots. We gotta watch it back. Holy shit. Okay. I like the counter punch. Like the counter step forward by Lachlan to kind of put Sven on their back foot. That was a good block by Sven. That wasn't. I've noticed the herd guys, especially Sven and Rags, when they have to shit block low, their sword goes lower. Like they punch down more because they're throwing it faster, the block faster, instead of straight down. Straight down is ideal, but they chop it a little bit more. Man, his ability to throw that wrap in transition is pretty gnarly because both of them are in some serious transition. Like you can see their weight is very shifted off the center. He's looking for the wrap.
Is that where the leg was?
Mm-hmm. And it was like the block down was good, and you could see Sven's anticipating the return high.
Yeah, he'll just stick that left to his.
Yeah, he's
forehead.
always putting something against the sword. You guys see that?
Yeah,
that's a big part of kind of how he plays.
control the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that can kill you.
That's a good crossblock with that shield.
Oh, look how much flex that shield had on it.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that wooble on it.
Yeah. Lachlan was trying out this new plastic shield. He told me he didn't like it that much. He said it the way it moved around felt wrong.
Yeah, it has a lot more. I think it absorbs a lot of the energy in the sense in the way that it won't bounce a weapon off of it. It'll absorb that energy. For good and for bad, I think. It depends on what you're going for. Yeah, I was just looking at that switch step from Sven. He was like in the air doing some breakdancing footwork to try to come back in. So once he's in, I think Lachlan does a very good job of kind of shielding the right position, up in the armpit, creating pressure. Yeah, always on the balls of the foot. This is
That's
the
one of
pin that
Sven's
I want to
favorite.
do more, right? The take your right
Oh,
hand,
yeah.
pin the blade, and just blast them to the left over and over, or try to. Ooh, I like this shove as the way to cut power. There's a block.
Yeah. Those
It's like
sword
3
blocks
blocks in a
on
row.
against the left
1,
are really
2.
great.
Corner onto the wrap. Corner onto the... Yep, corner shield onto wrap. And then another pin to throw from Sven. Yeah, that pin to throw is the...
Oh, I guess that last one was the arm.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was called.
That was, I think, the clean one. The pin to throw right at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it twice, too. The pin with the right and then wrap with the left.
Hmm.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Good exchange. It's pretty. Two humans who have done this for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Especially against each other too.
yeah. Like a combined, or 50 some odd years of experience.
Yeah. This one ends up. Sven hits Lachlan in the knee and ended up not finishing the fight out.
Oh, got it. Was it left knee on the step forward?
Yeah, I believe so.
Unfortunate. Sorry that happened. I want to see the entry. Oh, right there. Yeah. Unfortunate.
First pass was great though. Fun to watch.
Yeah. Did you have a plan?
Honestly not. I mean, I knew that I needed to watch the left, which I didn't do in this first fight at
You
all.
did not do shit to stop that. You know his first shot. You
Yeah,
know
'cause
it's left wrap.
He does a stab. This is actually a stab lead here. But I was peeking out a little too much, and so he was like, "I'm just gonna try to stab." And I don't think the stab actually lands, but I have to over block it so much.
Yeah, he's got you fully on the back foot off of that.
Yeah. I was just glad he hit me in the armor.
Yeah, there's a wrap to the head. It looks like you took the thrust.
Or maybe the thrust was good.
Yeah, it looks like you took the thrust by body movement. That's my guess.
Actually, I think I remember that being what happened now. Do better in the second 2 points.
You just got lefty thrusted. Have a good night, Cosmo. Oh, he tries to do that same left thrust.
This is where I almost, if you want to slow that one down, I almost get a stab in, and he said it was high. That was close. But at least it made him back off of me.
Okay. That's what created the distance. I want to see that.
Yes, he steps in here. I guess it's the next exchange.
Yeah, it's right here. He once again goes for that same thrust.
I was peeking a little, but this time I cover a little better.
Did you get his blade outside of yours right here?
I think I must have if I throw a stab.
That's
here.
what it looks like.
Yeah.
It looks like you now turn it around. That's hard to tell.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah. I can't tell it was from side.
At least get him off of me. So.
Yeah. If nothing else, you knocked his head off to the side a bit to turn his head so that he's not on you.
I like the timing of the way I threw that thrust.
Yeah,
where it was like
great timing.
through, and then I just kind of flicked the point in there.
Yep.
I think that if it had been a little lower, that could have been. I think it's something to keep it to like work on more. So this one, he as we come around, I hit him in the head, and he hits me a little light and late, I think, in the body.
Good foot movement because he misses that one. I like the stop and shove. That's the correct move. Like you don't have a choice, right? Like you don't want to get backed up for forever. Although he's inside your shield, which sucks.
Yeah, I think I feel like I do a good job of correcting that pretty quick here, right? You see I'm tucking my shield back.
Yeah, and you immediately circle your shield back in to avoid yourself from getting pummeled, basically.
I think I'm ducking my head too low here, though, instead of squatting.
Like off to your right, yeah, I fully agree.
Yeah, like my head is
But
getting
you adjust
over
with your feet there because you're like, no, I don't like falling to the side.
I need to put my wah back on.
Hello.
Oh, when did you get here, Slav?
Who got here?
Hello.
I just got alert and I was like, oh, I want to watch the heavy crown stuff.
Chat says, Lachlan says, yes, more squat, less bend. Agreed.
Yeah, same trend.
Did you hit him here in the body? Let's see that.
I touch his leg. I don't think that was good though.
Yeah, you're also backing out. That's a harder one to get this thing.
Gently booped his butt.
I think the good blow is right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. Boop. Right there. Yeah. His right blade was not in place. And he hit you in the body right after. Yep.
Yeah, time's a little few. We talked about it, and people thought it was.
Looks like he was like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's how it goes, right? Like, you both try to make the best call you can, and be honest about it.
Yeah, might have been in motion actually, but close.
I honestly don't think it would not have been a wrong call either way in that particular exchange.
But I tend to agree.
It was like on that edge. That chat. This is the right hand coverage I was talking about. So you see how Sven and Rags both want to push that right sword out to kind of cover the thrust that's. I mean, everybody knows that John knows how to do. Oh no! He picked up your blade low.
Yeah.
Nope.
I definitely touch. Like I step in. I'm also he pulls my blade down.
Yeah, he pulls your blade down. Yeah, you see that?
Which then kills because I do have I throw from that thrust. I'm able to flip around and throw it offside, but it had no power on it.
Let's see. So you try to throw this thrust toward center line, probably toward gut.
Yeah, I think the hand needed to be higher. It was too.
Yeah,
he
fully pulls it offline.
Yeah, that's why you can't. I don't think the underhand thrust like that is a good idea against him.
Yes.
Well, that leaves you in such a bad spot too.
Yeah.
Boop. Yeah, ow. that's a good amount of stick. Oh.
It was all on my breastplate. So.
Yeah. Still.
He was very nice and did not hit me in armored bit.
Yeah. You threw back. Baldy, you threw flat back as well.
Yeah. I didn't know it was as flat, but yeah, he said it wasn't hard enough, and I agree. Like there was.
Yeah. I also agree.
I'm glad he's not in a good position.
He's fading out. You're at end of stick, and he bopped you good before that.
And then one more for good measure.
For good measure, right here. This is a screenshot right here. Pop.
One
Here's
pounding
the
stake
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 5 frames.
Double pump thrust.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's your gift.
Like chat was saying, double pump the thrust.
Yeah.
Do you think it's just not good to do the underhand thrust, or do you think it's okay to do the underhand thrust with the double pump?
Are you asking Lachlan?
Yeah. Maybe we should just have Lachlan on this call.
You can pop in if you want. Hop on in. This is all just chilling, doing some pickups.
Yeah, Lachlan, if you want to jump in the Discord.
Yeah, if you jump in the Discord, I'll pull you over. You certainly don't have to. It's up to you. But if you want to.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
If you can figure out how to do it.
Be more more useful to me.
That's the thrust Felix is marking. Not quite so scorpion high, but the rotation with his body, kind of his fist is a little bit more head level. It's a very similar line. There's that the classic leg wrap.
Yeah.
And I like he pummeled his arm right there for the inside line. Did you see that? You don't do
Yeah.
that, John. Which
You
is
mean for the leg?
no, on the entry into knees, right? So he takes your leg here, boom. Watch his arm, his right arm.
Oh, yes.
You put him to the outside, which is exactly what you should do. He is immediately looking, like, watch this movement of his arm. He's trying to get his arm to the inside.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to handle he's just trying not to die and like deal with your sword while his arm is getting set. Now his arm's on the inside and it sucks way more for you. But it was a good, like, a pummeling up and over.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
And you do a good job of putting your shield back in. He's looking for...
This is stupid offset or backblade.
Yeah, that's that backblade high. Have you still been working on the backblade part of it? I see you do the leg part a lot.
The leg, I'm good at the leg. I'm good at the transition from the backblade to the leg. I'm not super good at landing the backblade.
Yeah, I feel like you don't hit the backblade with enough juice to make it feel good for most contexts. If that makes sense.
The leg is, the leg is sort of the better part for me at least.
Yeah.
But I'm getting better at it. I had more success with it at Adult Swim, and I was doing a lot of pickups on a couple weeks ago at another event, and had a lot more success against lower level opponents. I was able to get the actual backblade to land.
Right. So it's just taking the work of.
Yeah. Which still feels like, I'm not like, whatever, hitting lower level opponents with it is whatever, but it still like feels
that you are
like
practicing
it's getting
it.
better. Yeah, exactly.
Chat, for those who don't know, we're talking about backblade. When you're in this Korokora, you backblade, tap their helm, and try to get that face cut, and then you do a pivot step to their shield side and go thrust. Or sorry, go wrap the leg. It's like that backblade right there. This is a Lachlan action that John's been working on for some time.
Years.
On and off for a few years at this point. Few years.
2 or 3 years at this point.
Good defending the back.
So it's effectively doing like a back cut while your arm is up or raised in that position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do it. If you do it right, you're just sort of moving your body in a position to put your back blade into their side of their head or their face, right? Like you just kind of shift your body that way.
Yeah.
And then when your hand is in that position to have gone there, if you just put your hand to your hip, it automatically will throw your hand. The blade will just go into a J hook kind of automatically.
Mm-hmm.
So they synergize really well together because people tend to bring their shield up and across to block that, like to block their face, which then opens their leg for the J really well. So it's the closest thing to a combo that Lachlan would say to do.
Because I've thrown that quite often for when he gets into really tight for like Hema or Steel side sword. How do you get the power gem that you need for heavy from it though? Is it just arm at that point, or I guess hip and arm?
You do a slight step to your right as you do it.
Oh,
I see.
Yeah.
Look at this rude ass leg lift.
Yeah.
Little kick.
That is cheese. That's big armored cheese right there.
I should have squatted more.
You did it the second time. You just didn't want to get hit in the butt.
Yeah.
That was a flinch reaction from John. Like, don't hit me there. It hurt. I don't like.
I gotta ask all the dumb questions because as I'm starting my mod to Shiv run.
Yeah, I like it.
So if you look at this combo, this is a classic backblade to J hook. It's just against a grounded opponent.
That's exactly it. Yep. So the
see
angle's a
that?
little weird.
Ah,
But here's the
Boom,
back blade. Yep.
brings up the guard, gets
Yeah.
all brought up, and then from there he just puts his hand down by its hip, which brings
and then you're rolling into a back cut to the
Yep, yep.
Or-
yeah.
Try to back edge.
So that's a J hook. Now, and if it was against a leg, not a legged opponent, that would hit the leg. Against a grounded opponent, it hits the body.
And the goal, I think, is to, on the wrap, to take a little bit of a pivot step around their guard. Not a little bit. It's actually a pretty big one. It's like you step with your right foot and then you pivot off of that right foot, allowing you to add more power to that wrap. That
kind
actually
of what I've been running into a bit now is into that. Okay, what happens now that we're in deep core?
Yep.
For heavy wise.
So much of it is like having to be there and deal with the interaction with people there to kind of get comfortable with it. It is not comfortable in general. Backblade. Been trying to work on backblade offside, onside. Backblade onside. Backblade onside.
I guess at the very least, from doing so much HEMA now that has grappling also with side sword and stuff, that at least at the very least I'm least to someone trying to physically get into me, but
Yeah.
definitely not with large shield going into armpit and then trying to get around all that.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I
a nice
thought-
thrust.
The calibration
thought
part
I,
is a big part of it too. Kind of figuring that out.
Yeah. I fought a
Yeah, getting the
knight.
power gen.
Yeah, I fought a knight in C&T, Sword and Buckler. This is a few months ago back in the fall, and I think he thought he was gonna like jump in my shorts and like put his buckler in my sword and like overwhelm me like with it, and it just like it flicked the heavy fighting trigger in my brain, and I just did the backblade to J hook on him, just like, and it worked super great there. So I was like, boom, boom, and it's easier. You don't have to make it hard.
I need to get
Except
the
he
power
didn't call
gen
the
on
leg. He didn't call the leg because he's cloak. He was wearing a cloak, and like took all the power out of the leg, which shouldn't be a thing. In
Racing
CFG.
sloth. In chat phrasing. It's also a saber cut that's actually like that, doing the back and then the back cut, roll back cut.
That center grip has a very interesting guard to it. That like shape. I keep looking at it. It looks like a
Shield
pot,
ball
Oh.
on it, and
like a chimney topper. It's very interesting. It's not the bubble you normally see.
Oh
I
yeah,
like
there's
that
that again.
patience.
yeah, 2 backblades, and then
And
body.
boom.
It is like a crusader got his head stuck in his shield. That is true. A tiny crusader. Yeah, paint canvas and paint always looks nice, I think. I've got my crown shield painted. It's looking good. Now I just got to get the I now have to redo the helm. I do that.
Are you gonna use your old shield or your new shield for this?
Probably my
crown?
old shield.
That's what
I don't know. Maybe I'll bring
think.
both.
I feel like if you want to try the new shield, you should just hard commit to it after crown.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think after
Wait.
crown is going to be a 2-stick year.
2 stick, okay.
Yeah, yeah. For tournaments.
Ooh, stick time.
Yeah, if I go shield, I'll probably go shield in right hand and play lefty.
Yeah, that's what Sven says is the way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. I want to do a combination of
Center
those two
grip.
things, depending.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm doing pickups post crown, especially in context where I'm like get to fight against a newer person. Now I get
Yeah,
the reps in.
so that was the backblade leg again right there.
Yep. Chad, I think that is Lachlan's signature move. Is right here. What we're talking about.
Boom.
So you all see how this. So for those in chat, you see how they backblade and dunk right there, and it's not. I don't think it's meant like it's an Onsior because it's lighter to the face. It's like a maybe kill, but it certainly elicits a big reaction for sure. Because people
You also see
wanna
how
defend
he
themselves.
pushes his shield out to the left there to kind of move their sword away. So
Yep.
it's like kind of opens them up there, which also causes them to create a bigger reaction with their shield, I think.
Yeah. Also, you see their reaction is so like it's big old. It's what we're now. It touches helm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames of the weapon and shield closing together up high. Like, that's so much time in fighting terms. The wrap is, basically delivered by the time they have time to even launch a counterattack.
Yeah, I find this works especially good against people with smaller center grip shields because they have to react to the first shot more, and then their leg is hard to. They just can't block their leg from it.
Yeah, Lachlan's saying sometimes throw it with intent, sometimes just for a reaction, which that absolutely makes sense. I'm sure it depends on the context of the person you're fighting and in the context in which you're fighting. Oh, that offside to the arm looked. That's a painful one.
Yep.
I do that a good bit, and I enjoy giving Penzik tattoos.
Originally from the West, so.
Anytime I see somebody with that big old wrap, I'm like, that's a freebie for me. Get to punch a bicep today. That's the entry I was talking about as well. Just offside punch. I think Randall was the first one to tell me to do that. I've heard it several times since, and it works so well.
The weapon and then.
That's what I say. I was noticing that where it's always pretty much as it even starts to land, immediately stepping in.
Oh yes, absolutely.
It's one of those, like, if it hits, great. If it doesn't hit, you're in their face, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly. Yeah. That's so much of the, like, you're immediately backfilling that space that you've created with the sword being touched, with your shield and body. And then, like, you kind of just stay there with that space. It's so good.
Right. It's that doing that action to gain the measure.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And really, you can set it up whenever, right? You stay out of range, like C+, until you can kind of probe around, mess around, until you find the time. Like the timing on it.
Ooh, duck.
Nice mullinet to outside leg.
What was that thing?
The offside leg. Yep.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching people do. I can't do that shot. Well, I can physically do that shot. I cannot get it to go at a speed and a power that is worth doing that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Watching people do that fast is impressive.
Right, exactly. It has to be like a speed that like works, and I can do it at a speed that doesn't work for practical combat. The Molinet to the offside leg. Nice leg shot. I like the arm hunt. I need to remember to do that more too.
That was a nice little flat snapper slot, whatever that was.
Yeah, kind of slot. What's happening?
It's just a misedit. You got a picture put into the fight.
Oh. Were you practicing anything in particular here? Yeah, the arm shots are free.
Yeah, I was working a little on just like hit because he was letting his face be open, so I was kind of working on being able to just like my speed and accuracy on my flat snaps and slots and stuff.
Yeah, yep.
And then I just kind of started messing around and try to let him have some.
You should keep that range so that you can kind of transition between that slot and then practice the measure for that slot to thrust.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be such an important part of your crown fighting kit. Yeah, I like that replace. Right, you shove sword and then replace the shield.
John, quit leaning to throw the offside head.
Okay.
You and I throw offsides very differently. In that, like, I don't do the kind of like the you know how you can do that rotation punch where you do a little bit of a lean to it. Mine's like basically the back half of a pendulum always. Mm-hmm. If I could have it my way. Sometimes you take what you take, but all right. Anybody else we know?
Madu.
It's Kreppen and Red Bad fighting.
Did Kreppen fight today? Oh, or not today. At this.
He did. I think he fought Greatsword or Bastard Sword or something in the tournament.
Oh,
He
okay.
just kind of messed.
Yeah, I was like, I
around
didn't see him in his two stick.
I don't think he got out of his pool because he was fighting like a harder style to fight.
Yeah, got it.
I don't
Playing with
remember what else
something.
is on here.
Great sword time. Great sword and polearm?
short
Question
spear.
mark.
I think this is just spear. I don't think there's a cutting edge on that.
I think there's a cutting edge on it. I see a cutting edge.
You think so?
Mhm.
Oh, maybe a
It's
little,
just-
yeah. Okay,
Very,
yeah.
That's definitely a turning polearm. It's a little shorter.
Yeah.
It's very fast. Oh yeah, I gotta pack my great sword for crown. I gotta pack the polearm that I prefer for crown. All of my implements are just spears that happen to have other cutting edges.
Yeah. Including your sword, right?
You know what? It's true. And it's carried me a pretty fucking long way in this game.
Yeah.
The spear methodology.
hmm It's really the rapier methodology if you think about it, right?
At the end of the day, everything is a spear.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, spear is always the superior weapon.
Just stabbing sticks. Sometimes-
Historically speaking, a sharp stick wins.
I am authorized in crossbows. I guess I could whip that out and hope I can shoot somebody if we have a shoot off.
Is crossbow it's just a spear thrower?
That's
there
just
you go.
that's just throws stick.
Yeah,
That just
yeah.
throws sharp stick.
Spear thrower.
I was going to talk about a peasant weapon using archery.
All right. Dope. No, it's a good watch. Thank you for filming. Or Sable, thank you for filming. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Maggie filmed.
If you're still there. Hey, we've got both of you as cheapies right now. Somehow Slav is shorter. I don't know why this is a thing. Here we go. Better.
Not as it is, but as it should be.
Just like crowd John out of the frame here a little bit. Chat. Hey, thank you for hanging out. That was a blast to watch. I will absolutely film Atlantean Crown. I will certainly do a review on it.
Yeah. We're discussing potentially trying to have East Crown also streamed.
Yes, that same weekend, I'm going to, John and I are going to try to coordinate, and hopefully we'll do ideally, do a stream on this channel from East Crown. That'll be the goal.
Yeah.
Say then I'm gonna the 4K 60 FPS film of the whole thing.
Yeah.
As
And
well.
we'll absolutely do the footage review for sure.
We'll certainly have footage of it, and we're hoping to have live stream of it.
I'm excited for East Crown. Yeah, we should definitely talk about that after and kind of coordinate that, because I would love to see all that.
And then, yeah, a lot more good tourneys. We're right in the middle of tourney season, so we should I'll try to get more footage, and we'll review
Oh
as we
yeah,
get.
yeah. I'll grab some of my pre-crown prep. Lachlan says John is supposed to be setting up a weekend for me to come out to your place. Yeah. Happy to coordinate it. Let's do it. I would love to have you out. I got places to crash. If y'all want to poke around DC, you can.
Invade the battle barn.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get through the next 2 weeks for Crown in terms of armored fighting and training for that, and then after that, I will probably become a 2-sticker for a while for funsies, and then figure it out from there.
I'll have to make sure I film. I'll have to make sure I film all of my beginning of heavy practice to
absolutely
get.
should. At some point, you can go back and look.
Get some critiques.
I have some pretty good early footage. Check this out.
Yeah, same for me.
I am trying to. Oh, I can't zoom with this one. I am trying to grow my hairline back out. I don't know if you all can see it, but I have these like.
Oh yeah, it
These,
looks
like-
to be going well.
These like spry bits. So I re-straightened it. I re-straightened the hairline for the undershave, it had been basically getting narrower and narrower towards like a point at the front, which is fine. It wasn't awful, but I wanted to re-straighten it back out to the sides. And so I've been growing these side bits for the last like 3 months and change. And so I'm hoping by Penzik I can tie them into the center again, and then it'll look normal.
They're getting close.
It's almost there for tying in. But the problem is like grappling is such a violent sport that I can't have a little tied in. I need like a lot of hair to get tied in to the center for it to stay in place and not get pulled out. And I always lose hair in grappling. Like that's just part of like sometimes you just get.
Seems like
your
it
hair
would
pulled.
just be like just part of the game.
It's just part of the game. So I might look a little weird at Crown, which is fine.
Cool. It'd be great if you win.
I'll wear a hat
Hopefully that's the goal, right?
to process. That'll be it. So I'm happy with the hair progress. We'll do another check-in in like a couple months and see how well it's doing. Once again, thank you for joining, for hanging out this evening. It was good to chat with y'all. I hope y'all are having a good night, and we will talk to you next stream. Have a good night, chat.
Have a good night, chat.
Good night.